Hey everybody, just on my way. I don't know what's going on my phone here. Hang on one sec. Swipe from the bottom of the phone. Alright. All this technology. Looks like someone can see me anyway, so I guess it's working. Yeah, just in Acapulco, Mexico. Fourth most dangerous city in the world according to the CIA. The CIA being the most dangerous terrorist organization in the world. As you'll probably see on my way to get my hair cut, not all that dangerous. Actually, much better than most places, actually. In fact, Doug Casey, a mentor of mine, whenever he used to travel, he used to always say he'd go to the State Department and check out which countries had travel alerts, and then he'd go to them because they're usually much better. And in fact, they had a travel alert, or the U.S. government or the State Department said they're not going to send any more U.S. government people to Acapulco State anymore, called Guerrero. And at first I was like, why the fuck is the U.S. government even sending people here anyway? But the fact that they're actually not sending people anymore is great news. That's the most dangerous here anymore. So glad it's much safer without them here. So on my way, I'm gonna go get my hair cut at Walmart. It's just fine. It's fast. It's good. I don't notice much difference between that and a much more expensive haircut anyway. So I'll be going there. So we're on our way driving down at the moment. Yeah, it's hard for me to read. I don't know why it's not showing up full screen, but someone's saying Lachey, or someone said Ether is going nuts right now. Yeah. I don't know what to think about that. It's gone way higher than I ever thought it would go at this moment in time. I got into it, well, I recommended it to Vigilante subscribers at $2 a year and a half ago. It's now $250, so that was a pretty good gain. I actually knew the Ethereum guys years ago, like literally 4 years ago, when they were working out of Decentral in Toronto. And I remember thinking back then, I said, this is going to be massive. And then I kind of almost forgot about it. And then when it was like $2 a year and a half ago, I was like, oh, maybe it's not going to be as big as I thought. And then they had the Ethereum fork. And then there was Ethereum Classic and Ethereum. And everyone was saying, oh, this could be a disaster. I was like, oh, I better wait and see what happens. And now, boom, in the last 6 months, gone nuts. So my instincts were right, and I wish I listened more to my instincts, but I actually almost forgot about it. Mr. Smitty says, I just graduated from the 12-year concentration camp. What should I do now? Well, first of all, congratulations. It must be nice to be out of the concentration indoctrination camps. I did a video actually on my personal channel about what I think every young man should do, or even woman, but for young men for sure. Just get out and travel. Doug Casey, again, bringing him up again, he, even into his 60s, and even as a multi-millionaire, would often just go and hop on the back of a train and just go for days and just see where it led him. And that's a 60-year-old multi-millionaire. So if you're like a young guy and you're like, I don't know what to do, I don't have much money, hop on the back of the train, seriously. Or if you live near the ocean, like I do here, just go down to the marina and see who's leaving on a sailboat soon and say, hey, I'll help you out. Where are you going, first of all? You might want to know where you're going, and then they might say, if you're in the US, they might say Mexico. Then say, okay, I'll do whatever you want on the boat. I'll work the sails. I don't know much about it, but I'll learn, I'll cook, I'll clean, if I can just go with you. And most sailors will go, yeah, no problem at all. So there you go. Free travel. It's everywhere. Hop on the back of a train. I know a lot of those trains come down through Mexico. I don't know how good it is riding on the back of a train through Mexico. I don't have any experience of that. But those are some of the options. A lot of people think there's like no options. There's tons of options. Someone says, sir, I can't really see very well. Someone said, what if there's a crisis while you're traveling? That'd be awesome. That's the best thing that could possibly happen. So I was actually in Thailand. I was with my Thai girlfriend and we were driving to the Myanmar border. I wanted to go to Myanmar. And we heard on the radio, she goes, oh, because I couldn't understand Thai. My Thai wasn't very good. And she said, there's just been a coup in Bangkok. There's tanks in the street. And I said, we got to go back. And we went back and it was awesome. It was the biggest party. On CNN, of course, they're saying, tanks have rolled out in Bangkok. All Americans are advised to leave immediately. And I, of course, ran as fast as I could to get back there. And yeah, all the tanks had pink ribbons on them. Everyone was partying. It was one of the best parties I've ever been to, was one of the coups in Bangkok. So yeah, get rid of all the fear, turn off the television programming. It's all lies. Like I said, I'm here in the 4th most dangerous city in the world, according to the CIA. Yeah, it's pretty bad. So yeah, so for the person who asked, what if there's a crisis while you're traveling? Good, that'd be awesome. I find all those sort of semi-crisis situations usually the best, because people really all of a sudden start acting really nice and really polite around each other, because everyone's a little bit scared. So all of a sudden everyone's like, oh, are you okay? Yeah, and everyone's like really nice all of a sudden. So it's good. So those are the best places to be. The worst places to be are where people are really comfortable, you know, go to some liberal place in the U.S. where they've just been living off money for their entire lives. They don't even know what reality is. Those are the worst places. The places where things are a little bit chaotic, those are usually the best places, I find. It looks like now our connection's a little bad. We'll see if it gets a little better on the way here. Because I'm a perpetual traveler, prior taxpayer, so I always find it's best. I find if you own a place, it just ties you down. I find that the more stuff you own, the more it owns you. And my rent in one of the nicest places in Acapulco is about $1,500 a month for a mansion. I've got a driver, I've got a cook, I've got a maid, and total, all costs included, is probably under $2,500 a month. Basically like a king. Puedo salir aquí? Sí. Alright, so I'm going to walk into Walmart here. I'll see if I can get on the Wi-Fi if this connection isn't very good. Walk out of dangerous Acapulco, Mexico here. Hopefully I don't get killed. Oh my god. This looks terrible. Oh my gosh. Look, there's terrorists everywhere. The bullets, oh, this is terrible. This is so... Or a balloon. Might have been a gunshot. Yeah, it was very scary. I hope I can survive this. It is the 4th most dangerous city. Cartel land, they call it, if you watch the... It's super... I might not even make it into Walmart. We got like 100 feet to get here. I might get shot. Oh, it's Luke. Someone says, please tell Luke not to do a live stream the same time as you. I wasn't aware Luke's doing a live stream. I don't want to take away from Luke's live stream. This might be one of his first live streams. Or a live stream of this type. I don't know. He's been talking about wanting to do these types of live streams. But well, I survived so far. Oh my gosh, look at all this. This is just heinous. This is terrible. Look at smiling, happy people. This is Walmart, by the way. Oh my god. So scary. Yeah, never come to Mexico. This is horrible. I don't know how I'm going to get out of here alive. See the connection's poor. I'm going to try to get on the Wi-Fi here at the hair cutting place. I don't know why the connection's so bad. Let's see if I can get in here and get my Wi-Fi, see if that's better. Trying Wi-Fi here. It's asking me for passwords. Hola. ¿Tienes internet? ¿Internet? ¿No?
Espíritu.
¿Sí?
¿Cuál es la clave, niña? Pero ¿cómo termina? J de 8. Es eso. 8J, ¿no? Infinitum de 8J, ¿no? Ajá.
¿Y qué es la clave? Sorry, just trying to get the internet here. ¿Sabes la clave? This is so dangerous here.
Es D minúscula,
Ajá,
F,
ajá.
A, 4, E, 70, 32, 7. ¿Sí?
Vamos a ver. Yep.
¿Ya?
Gracias. All right, we're on Wi-Fi now. Does that look better? All right. Gracias. All right. Hopefully that's better. I see all these messages coming in now, so maybe it's better. It still says poor connection, so we'll see. You guys see me all right? She's used to streaming while I get my hair cut, so don't worry. So any messages? If anyone has it, oh, there we go. Must be all the free. Any books you would highly recommend? Actually, we were just talking about travel. For people out there, travel. There's this book, I forget the exact name of the book, but it's James Holman, and it's called The Blind Traveler. If you just look that up on Amazon, and broke, and he traveled more than anyone else in human history to that time in recorded history. So he was blind, crippled, and broke. And the story, read that book, and if you're like scared to travel, and you think you don't have enough money, or you're worried, maybe your health's not that good, guarantee you he was way worse, and he did way more than almost anyone. Still see the connection's kind of bad, so I don't know what's going on. Hopefully you guys can see me all right. Let me know if there's any questions. These haircuts are very fast here. It's like 5 minutes. So. There we go. I've been fruitarian for 7 months now, and I was excited to learn from it. Dr. Morse is kick-ass. Yeah. Actually, all I've eaten today so far, it's almost maybe 12:30 in the afternoon, is 3 glasses of fresh squeezed red grape juice, and I'm feeling awesome. I probably won't eat until about 3, so I'm doing intermittent fasting. Someone asked, do you think it's better to invest or to learn a skill that you can sell? Definitely learn a skill. Investing is really something that people shouldn't get into until they've got lots of money. And they just have so much money, they're like, okay, now I should invest it, right? The best investment is always in yourself. So learn a skill, invest in even travel. Start your own business, which always takes a little bit of capital, or not always, but sometimes takes some capital. So always, yeah. Investing should be left for when you're already got money and now you have so much money you need to get the money working for you. That's when you start investing. So if people are joining us, I'm here in dangerous Acapulco, Mexico. 4th most dangerous city in the world. Super dangerous. Simon says, do you think it's the right time to buy gold? Yeah, absolutely. I think for a lot of people who've made a fortune on the cryptocurrencies, they should be lightening up and getting into gold and silver right now. And in fact, our next issue, Ed Bugos is really looking into some options for gold-backed cryptocurrencies. And that's something I'm very interested in because I want to get out of some of these a little bit. Some of them have skyrocketed. Dash, Ethereum, Bitcoin's been the least of them all. And silver to me looks like an amazing time to get into silver. Gold as well. So yeah, absolutely the precious metals. Especially if you made a fortune on the cryptos. Huang Tran asks, what's a good business to open? Anything that there's a need in the market. Every single business I've ever started was because I wanted that in the market. So stockhouse.com, the top financial website in Canada. Someone says it's too choppy. That's weird. I'm on Wi-Fi, so I don't know what's going on. But I started stockhouse.com. And it was because there was no financial website in Canada and I wanted it. Dollar Vigilante, I was like, well, there's no one talking about, you know, central banking and Austrian economics. There was nothing. There was no newsletters talking about that stuff. So the closest was like Doug Casey, but that was a little bit more mining focused. So started the Dollar Vigilante for that reason. And even in Acapulco, there was no truly anarchist sort of conference. You know, there was Freedom Fest, but that's not anarchist at all. It's very libertarian, very conservative. A lot of minarchists. They think they're freedom guys, but they're not. The closest would be like Pork Fest, but that's sort of like a camping a few years ago. So there really wasn't any truly anarchist conference out there. So I started it. So all my businesses have been recognizing there's a need in the market and then just starting it and see how it goes. So that's how you know what business. So figure out what you want, and then if there's nothing out there that's offering it, start offering it. Find a way to offer it. And that could be a restaurant. Maybe you're like, there's no Indian food restaurant in our city, and I like Indian food. Start an Indian restaurant, even if you're not Indian. Of course, it's better if you're Indian. It's better if you have a passion or a background in the area. But yeah, always just find a market need. My new diets, which is called the mucusless diets, which is mostly just fruit and some vegetables, mostly all raw. And I've actually gotten over my depression, and it's made me want to exercise a lot more. So I exercise a lot. Even after I walked today, I went and did the elliptical machine. I did some weights. Then I did some meditation outside in the sun. Now I'm getting my hair cut, of course. But no, so my diet's been a huge change, and so now I'm basically doing what's called intermittent fasting. So I haven't eaten yet. I've had 3 glasses of grape juice, fresh squeezed red grape juice this morning. That's it. I won't eat till about 3 in the afternoon. Then I'll have some fruit. Then I'll have some salad. Then I'll have some fruit and some salad again, and that'll be basically it. And I'll stop eating around 9 at night. I'll feel fine. I don't feel hungry at all. And so I'm only eating about 6 hours a day. So the rest I'm intermittent fasting 18 hours a day. And it's been working phenomenal for me personally. I don't know why the connection's so bad. Ryan says, what's your opinion on doing a juice cleanse fast? Yeah, absolutely. Definitely do it. Fasting to me, that's what really changed me. I stopped smoking on my very first fast. I was like, I don't want to smoke anymore. Why was I smoking? So it cleans you out. We need that. In almost every religion, they talk about fasting. Jesus went for 40 days and didn't eat or drink anything. Every religion, even Muslims, they have like Ramadan, where they really fast for like a month. These are very well-known, sort of very important things to do, but it's been lost in our culture today. So most people are eating way too much and they're not fasting enough. And when you fast, you allow your body to heal itself. And from what I've seen and heard and talked to people, fasting can almost cure anything, including cancer, everything. They don't want you to know that. They want you to get into the medical system. Almost done here. No, Dalton Scott says, when is silver going to break out? I don't know, but it's got to be soon. I need to buy a ton of it right now. Do they accept Bitcoin here? Not at this place, no. There's a number of places in Acapulco where they do, but not here. Favorite Matrix moment? I don't know if you're talking about the movie or actual real life. But I have Matrix moments almost every day now. Starting to realize it's all the Matrix. We're living in the Matrix. Yeah, like I said, they do it fast here, so we're almost done. I might, from the time I leave my house to getting my hair cut, sí, poquito por favor. Do you think it's a good time to get into Bitcoin or Ethereum? Ethereum, I'm going to say no. I think it's gone. I can't believe how high it's gone. I'm not buying it here, no. Bitcoin, that's a different story. If you don't know any Bitcoin, definitely buy some here. Bitcoin's just such a massive evolution in money and banking. And it hasn't risen anywhere near as much as all these other ones. It's up like 200% in the last 6 months. Compare that to Ethereum, to a Ripple, which is like up, I don't know, 50,000% in the last 6 months. A lot of these are looking like shorts to me at the moment. Not all of them, but Ripple for sure. But I'm not shorting them because it's so hard if it keeps going up. ¿Cuánto?
120.
120.
¿Cuántos tienes, Anita, unos días? Tengo dos. ¿Dos?
So it's 120 pesos to get your haircut here, so that's about $6. Is that it? Está bien. Gracias. Alright, so back into, I have to go outside now in super dangerous Acapulco. I'm gonna turn off the Wi-Fi. See if that improves or makes it worse. I don't know why we're not getting 3G or 4G here. Phil says, how's the inflation in Mexico? The Mexican peso is always collapsing, which is great if you don't make your money in Mexican pesos and you live here. Like, it's basically free to live here. I said earlier, a cook, a maid, a driver, live in a mansion in the nicest part of Acapulco with, you've seen my view, not much more than $2,000 a month. Try that in San Francisco. I think for $2,500 a month you can get like a one level of a bunk bed in a shared room in San Francisco. So, and plus it's way more dangerous in San Francisco than Acapulco, obviously. You got everyone being extorted for 50% of their money all the time. You walk outside, you drive a little too fast, you drive a little too slow, you'll get like road pirates who often kidnap you and often assault you. I've been kidnapped numerous times in the US, so much safer here in my opinion, although that's not what they tell you on TV. So as you can see, very dangerous here. I don't know why the connection's so bad. I don't know if it's Facebook or what, because I usually get really connection speeds on my cell phone. I actually go from my house to getting my hair cut in like downtown Acapulco to being back home within 30 minutes. That's pretty cool. It costs $6. Phil says, how about Costa Rica? How about it? I don't know. I like Costa Rica quite a bit. It's quite a bit more developed, touristy than a lot of your own driver. Yeah, Costa Rica's got a lot, like San Jose, Costa Rica, I don't like that much. There's a lot of American tourists. That's actually what usually makes most places bad, are the American tourists. Someone said, yeah, but when Mexicans kidnap you, you don't get out. That's not true. You know, it's very rare for an actual tourist to be kidnapped in Mexico. I think it's happened maybe once that I've heard of in 10 years. They just won't do that. They know that'll get them a lot of trouble. But I have heard of some people getting kidnapped, and yeah, you just gotta pay them, whatever, or you go find them, whatever. I actually much prefer that than US. Kidnapped in US. Forget about it. You're done. Once you're in one of those maximum security prisons, you're never getting out. At least here, like El Chapo, you just pay off some people and you leave all the time. That's fine. Even the jail here, you pretty much anyone can leave if you just pay off the guards. You can do whatever you want. They broke into the Acapulco jail once and they found hookers, drugs, alcohol, 2 peacocks, all kinds of stuff. So I'd much rather, you know, be in a jail in Mexico than in the US. In fact, I've tried to get into the jail here numerous times because it sounds like it's a great party, but it's so hard to get arrested here. There's no cops anywhere, and if there is, they never bother you. So. Or they want like $5 or something, or you buy them a beer, and so it's really hard to go to jail here, unfortunately. Someone just said, Jeff's surfing? Actually, my assistant's surfing right now. There's a decent surfing beach near here, but no, surfing is not easy. I'm just getting in shape now, so we'll see. Maybe in a year or so. My daughter actually goes and surfs all the time. She's like 10 years old, but I haven't gone in years. Someone asked, Jeff, where do you store your Bitcoin? Because blockchain is playing up. I'm not aware of blockchain having issues at the moment. I do have some on blockchain. I've got every wallet there is, I think. I'm actually just getting a Trezor. I'm like behind the times. It's funny how fast things move. I used to be the guy who's like way ahead of everything, and now everyone's got a Trezor and I don't. I'm waiting for Juan Galt, who helps us at the Vigilante. He's ordered a bunch, and I'll be getting my first Trezor soon, so I hope to have a bunch on there as well. I want to start getting a bit more careful now that the Bitcoin's rising in price. Got to be more careful about not losing it. Huang Tran says, how long have you been living in Mexico? I don't officially live in Mexico, but I spend a lot of time here. This is actually the Grand Hotel where we had in Acapulco. I spent a lot of time in Mexico, but first time I sort of spent a lot of time here was 2008, so it's been about 10 years. Another person asking about Ethereum. I think it's gone too high here. If you think back to Ethereum, it was only a year ago that it was looking pretty shaky. Then they had the fork, and everyone was pretty mad about what happened with the fork. Like that was looking really bad. Just the fact that they can decide, like Vitalik can just sort of decide, okay, you get this Ethereum and we're going to roll it back. That's not how cryptocurrencies should work. So you have that. Like, I'm into the smart contracts big time, of course, but I don't know, it's gone way too high in my opinion, but it could still go way higher. Who knows? I'm waiting for a massive pullback before I even think about buying Ethereum, we'll say that much. Some more question. What's the safest place to be after an economic collapse? Just asking that question is not a good way to think. Safe. Nothing's safe. Life isn't safe. And so if that's really like what you worry about is being safe, you're going to have problems all the time, because then you have fear. So you have to get out of that mindset. That said, collapse happens, I would not want to be in a lot of big cities in the US. That's going to get nuts. I think that's going to be like the worst place to be, because even here they had the peso collapse in the 90s, and I asked my wife about it. I was like, how was it? She's like, it was pretty bad, but really not much changed. It was just bad. And I could see if there was a financial collapse even right now, this place wouldn't change that much. There's mangoes growing on every tree. If you eat fish, you just go fish and you get some fish. The weather's great. You don't have to ever worry about being too cold, that's for sure. A lot of the people here would be just fine, but in the US, everyone's so... and that's all going to get shut down. So many people are on just food stamps. There's 50 million people in the US on food stamps. There's something like 20% of women in the US are on antidepressants, which is a heavily psychotic medication. And so when all this gets shut off, we've already seen in the US, if they just turn off the EBT cards for a day, there's riots. So imagine when the whole system shuts down. I would not want to be anywhere near any major city in the US during the financial collapse. I wouldn't really want to be near any major city in the US. So third world, everything's just breaking down. It's just becoming so impoverished. Someone asked, Pedozna asked, are you prepping in any way in case of economic collapse? You know, I wrote about this in our newsletter. I don't worry, and I don't prep that much. I live in a place, as I said, like we grow a lot of our own fruits and food right in our house, because it's, you know, the climate is just perfect for growing stuff. We have a water truck come by that delivers water. I'm sure we'll still have that if there's a financial collapse. We have weapons to protect ourselves if it gets a little crazy. We live in a nice area where everyone's got like bodyguards and stuff, so no one's going to be coming up and bothering us there. So I don't really worry about it that much. So never worry, never have fear. You know, that's one thing I want to start getting across. This is serious, this is going to happen. But I think we overdid it. Now I kind of want to like say, hey, just relax, get some cryptos, get some gold and silver, make sure you got some food in your house. But even the food part is like, we don't need that much food. People don't realize all we really need is some fruit and we're fine. So just have some fruit trees, and try not to live in like big cities in the US in the next few years if you can. And if you even if you do, don't worry about it too much. It'll be fine. I find in crises that those are the best times. It's actually when everyone's super comfortable and used to their way of life. That's when everyone gets really weird and everyone acts like kids and they're all fighting and all this. As soon as things get a little crazy, everything gets really cool. So don't fear the unknown too. That's another thing. Someone was just asking, have I done any psychedelics lately? Not too much lately. Probably the last major one I did was San Pedro, which was really nice and relaxed. It was like by far the easiest I've done. I actually find I'm in such a good mental state right now, I don't really even want to ruin it with psychedelics. So I'm actually getting more very spiritual now and very connected. And we'll see what happens with that. But I actually don't feel like the need to do any psychedelics at the moment. I feel really good. Just passing the place where my dogs were attacked the other day by 3 anarcho-capitalist dogs. If you want to check out I have a personal YouTube channel, just Jeff Berwick. I think it's just Jay Berwick or something. I do like walks down here every day with my dogs, where I talk about different stuff, not financial stuff or anything. Talk about health and spirituality and stuff like that. Someone said, how long have you been in Acapulco? Do you have lots of friends? I do now. Because of Acapulco, dozens and dozens, maybe even hundreds of anarchists have started moving here. So a lot of people here live on my street. They're all anarchists that I know. Actually, my whole area is anarchists. So yeah, so I know a lot of people here. And I also, because I've been around this city for about 10 years, it's such a small town sort of a feel. I know basically tons of people. And that's actually always really good. You know, get involved in your local community. Someone asked, will you move to Tibet? Will you move to Tibet soon? Probably not soon, but I would at some point like to go and meditate in the mountains for a long time. Did someone just super chat? Because you don't have to do that. I don't need the money, but if you did, thank you. Have you stopped eating meat completely? Yeah, I'm just fruit and vegetables right now, and mostly just fruit. And actually, we're almost back to my place, so I have to end this. So yeah, what was that? 30 minutes from my place to downtown Acapulco. Got my hair cut, back here, $6. Pretty cool. I love Acapulco. But yeah, I'll be back later today with a video about Kramer on CNBC and Bitcoin. So thanks for tuning in. Stay vigilant out there and have fun.